What's good, boy, dude? It's a boy and dudettes. It's a boy, dude reviews, and today we have got Robin Hood, a 1973 American animated musical I want to say it's a musical. I'd just say it's a romantic comedy drama produced by Walt Disney Productions. It was first released in the US on November 8th, 1973. And it's the 21st Disney animated feature in Disney canon. The story follows the adventures of Robin Hood, Little John, and the inhabitants of Little Nottingham. Little Nottingham? That was weird. I meant Little... You know, I got my script all mixed up again. I hate it when I do that. It is annoying. It's really irritating. Anyway, basically, this tells the story of the heroic Robin Hood, voiced by Brian Bedford, and his trusty sidekick Little John, voiced by Phil Harris, in this animated animal-themed adaptation of the legendary story when evil Prince John, voiced by Peter Ustovich, disputes when this evil guy, Prince John, basically tells the Sheriff of Nottingham to collect unreasonable taxes from animals of Sherwood Forest. Robin Hood, Little John, and the other merry men wage a light-hearted battle against their evil foes. And the idea to adapt Robin Hood into an animated feature dated way back to Walt Disney's interest in the tale of Reynard the Fox during the productions of Snow White. The idea was repeatedly shelved until writer and production designer Ken Anderson incorporated ideas from it in a pitch of the legend of Robin Hood using anamorphic animals rather than people during production of The Aristocrats. Due to casting changes and using experimental locations, production on the film fell way behind schedule, in which the animators had to recycle several dance sequences from previous Disney animated feature films in order to meet its deadline. And the film was released on November 8th, 1973 to a box office success. It was initially praised by critics who praised the voice, animation, and humor, but its critical reception has gradually been mixed since its release of the film. And it's a cult classic nevertheless. And what do I think about this film? Well, I love it. I love Robin Hood 1973. I owned this movie on VHS as a child, and I watched this film constantly. It was one of those Disney films that I had at home that I just watched again and again and again. And oh my gosh, did I love this film. It's just a funny movie, you know. I love the characters of Robin Hood and Little John. I just like their interactions with the bad guys. It's just so funny, and their voice acting just really fits them, you know. Like, I kind of like Robin Hood and Little John, these kind of two of a kind guys. Like, Robin Hood's just this smart aleck guy. Little John's kind of like the level-headed guy, the realism dude. And it's just so great. And you got Friar Tuck, Little John, and with Robin Hood, like, you could literally tell me any Robin Hood movies, like all the Robin Hood films that came out. This is the Robin Hood film that I remember the most. And you tell me exactly who the characters are, and I can instantly say, yep, Robin Hood was the fox, Little John was the big bear, Prince John was the lion, the sheriff was the wolf. And I kind of liked how Robin Hood was the fox, because foxes are kind of seen to be kind of sneaky and sly, and that is kind of Robin Hood, essentially, you know. And I kind of like the dramatic irony with Little John being this huge bear, adding dramatic irony to his name. I thought that was just funny and great. And they're also great. The villains of the show, Sir Hiss and obviously Prince John, they are just, those two together are just absolutely hilarious, dude. They are just funny, my dude. They are absolutely funny. I can just watch these guys just do their thing forever, and oh my gosh, it is so funny just seeing these guys just like do their thing. And oh mate, it's really funny. It's really funny, to be honest with you. Honestly, dude, yeah, the music is also really great, and it's classic, and it's really remarkable. And I kind of like how the narrator is also kind of part of the story. Like he's the guy with the guitar and all that at the start of the film, and I do like how they incorporate him into the story. I really like that, and the animation itself is pretty great at times. Yeah, we know that there are scenes that are recycled, but you know it's still Disney. I mean, you make do with what you have, and maybe that's the reason why this film was completely bashed to death. Like, it was, yeah, it was definitely not as appreciated as it could have been. Like this film was really entertaining, and I really liked it. Some of the background work is just beautiful to look at. Like Disney artists just knew what they were doing. I absolutely love the final scene. It's this prison breakout scene, and it's one of the best prison breakout scenes I've ever seen ever. It's just so entertaining and so much fun. And you can just watch this film again and again and again, and you will continue to really like it. It's just a classic, dude. It's a great movie, and I love it. I love it. It is my childhood. But I will say it doesn't hold up as well as I remembered it. Like, it is a lot more scratchier and rougher than how I last remembered it in a way. It could honestly have been, I don't know, like that's probably just me in a way. But honestly, I still love it. It's got a lot of memorable scenes, and I've always watched it as a kid, and I'll definitely watch it again in the future. But I'll give this film an A, and I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Go check this film right now. But it's been out for years. I bet you have already. If thank you for watching this review, please like, share, and comment down below and tell me what's your favorite Disney film. With that said, thank you for watching. As always, a boy the review signing out.